It all started with Flavia. She had 18 kids at 8.
What?
No, 10 kids at age 18. I thought it was the most irresponsible thing I've ever seen. But no, I was wrong. Then came Flavia's daughter. I don't remember her name, but she had 18 kids at age 18, surpassing her mother. You thought that was the end of this anime? It is not the end. We have a new boss battle. Whoever this lady is, because she's got 50 kids! Look at all my kids! Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start trading some kids for sacks of flour and feed the rest of them. We'll start bartering. You have some chickens I can trade some kids for? Here, take some kids. Here. 50! She had 50 kids. You guys have been telling me to react to this story, so here I am. I need to see it. How is this possible? Check out my story animated down below.
I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I guess I had a childhood that most people can only dream about. We lived in a mansion with sweeping staircases, an indoor and outdoor pool, a tennis court, and a lovely big garden where my mom used to throw her lavish parties.
That's where all the kids danced.
I was an only child, but I wasn't lonely. With a house full of maids and...
I lied, I'm actually extremely lonely. All the money and maids aren't enough to fill the empty void that only my parents' love can fill, which I unfortunately do not have.
And my Aunt Jenny were there always ready to play with me. Aunt Jenny was my mom's sister. She was married to Uncle Jimmy, but I rarely saw him.
Apparently he had a problem.
Just after I turned 13, my parents decided to visit a ranch abroad to look at some horses. I wanted to come along, but it was a busy time in school. Don't worry, my mom told me the night before they left. Aunt Jenny will stay with you the whole time.
Oh no, not in her and the creepy uncle.
12 seconds later.
He swung his arm and hit Aunt Jenny in the face.
Ooh.
He threw her against the wall and started screaming.
It's free real estate.
No, really, her parents did die.
My only option was to jump out of the window.
Alright, so she had a bad life, but I gotta see what we gotta speed this up. Alright, so her best friend, apparently it's the girl that helped her, and it's very sad. It's very sad, but I wanna go, haha, you have 50 kids.
When I woke up the next day, Emmy decided that she needed to teach me the rules. First of all, there were more kids there than I initially thought. There seemed to be around 50 of us just roaming the streets of the city.
I just want to stop the video now, and I'm going to tell you that this story turned out to be kind of clickbait in a way. At least you guys clickbaited me. You made me believe she had 50 kids. This is what really happened.
They were all runaways of some sort.
Whoa.
Some
She didn't have the... She doesn't have the kids? You guys freaking thought... You made me think that she had 50 kids. This is not her kids. You guys clickbaited me. You freaking clickbaited me. Wow.
I never thought I'd accidentally get someone pregnant, let alone my own mother. What?
Okay, now this is what I'm talking about, all right? That's what we're here for. We're not here to be clickbaited. We're moving on to... I had no idea this trick could work, and we already heard the beginning, so that's... Okay, this is the yikes that I'm talking about. This is what I want to see.
Now, I know what you're thinking. How did a girl get her mom pregnant? It's actually a very interesting
I love this
story
animation
that involves
too.
a stuffed animal, my best friend, my dad, and my ex. You're probably wondering how a stuffed animal got my mom pregnant. Well, first, get your mind out of the gutter. We'll get there.
What do you expect when you put that in front of my face?
And second, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Every like helps your guardian angel get their wings. I could have really used a guardian
No, that's okay. I'm already a princess.
angel. Maybe I'd still be an only child if I just subscribed a little sooner. I know that lots of people like having siblings.
It's your life, bad. Just subscribe. Just subscribe. That'll change everything.
They're basically your assigned best friends. Me, I liked being an only child because I love being the center of attention. I never had to share any gifts or even my parents. I remember my dad asked me when I was little if
This
I wanted
animation
a
is
little
just
brother or
crazy.
sister. I just gave them a resounding no. The thought of having to share my parents made me want to cry. Evidently, I didn't change much as I got older, although I'm not proud of how I behaved all the time. There was this one time in middle school where my best, Jackie, got assigned to be lab partners with this other girl in class. Jackie started to go hang out with her without me.
Oh.
I got so jealous that I screamed at her in the bathroom once. Why are you trying to steal my best friend? She doesn't even like you. I jeered. I made her
She just hit her. What the heck, man? This is
bawl
going
her
crazy.
eyes out, like a full-on sob. Ugh, just thinking about it makes me cringe. Jackie was mad at me for a bit, but she got over it, of course. Why wouldn't she?
I'm just an awful
We're
person.
best friends.
She got over it, though.
Or we were. But I'll get to
Whoa,
all
what
that in a
happened?
little
Too many
bit.
details.
See, Jackie and I stayed best friends for a long time after that. We stayed close all through high school.
Oh my god, they're JoJo characters.
And even shared a dorm room in college. Maybe that was my first real mistake leading up to my mom's pregnancy.
How'd she get her mom pregnant? I mean, am I the only one? Come on.
Should have never got a roommate, let alone someone I was such good friends with. At first,
Never have friends. Don't have friends. That's the worst mistake ever.
it was amazing. It was like a never-ending sleepover. That is, until
so
the day kept
crazy.
me up until 3 in the morning writing an essay. The next morning, I woke up to her
Oh, you thought the freaking son from the Teletubbies was scary. No, this one is scary.
alarm at 6 a.m. I'm not exaggerating. When I say one day, she snoozed her alarm 10 times.
I don't even know
and
what
then
I'm
forgot
watching
to
at
take
this
her keys
point.
with her. I had to leave my class early just to open the door for her so she could quickly get her laptop a few hours later. That night when she came back, I decided to confront her, and
heck
I
is
wasn't
going
so
on?
friendly about it. You always find something to complain about, Dana.
What'd she do
shouted.
wrong?
Well, you always do something to annoy me, I countered. Maybe you need a hobby that isn't nitpicking me. I stormed
Oh.
off. I was angry, but she was also kind of right. If I wasn't in the dorm so much, I wouldn't be bothered by her just living her life. I went to the common room to cool off. It was completely empty, giving me the peace and solitude I had been so desperate to get those last few weeks. Maybe about an hour or so in, I heard a timid voice call out to me. Do you mind if I practice here? I'll admit,
Oh.
I was a little annoyed.
Oh,
at
it's hot
first.
boy,
That
hot boy
is,
time.
Until I got a look at him. He was tall,
He's
dark,
hot.
and handsome. To top it all off, he had a
He was tall, dark, and handsome. I mean, he doesn't look really dark to me. I mean, I don't know how tall he is either, but okay.
guitar in his hands. He was my dream boy. Of course you can, I answered, a little too excitingly. Once he started playing, I was swooning.
Whoa, a little
I
too much.
apparently wasn't doing an excellent job at hiding it. He invited me to sit by him, and he'd show me how to play. We ended up sitting there for what felt like hours, talking about anything and everything. I hung onto
Taxes.
every word, and everything he said was interesting to me. Before I knew it, it was already late. 2 a.m. already?
Whatever, just as long as that bear doesn't show up again, my god.
I need to be up for
Oh god, the bear's here!
my politics course.
Thought Monokuma was bad.
He said, getting up. Oh, I guess it is getting late. I guess we'll just have to save the session for another time. I said back. I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed his arm and wrote my phone number on his hand. Looking back, I
dang.
was so smooth. There
That was
no
so
way
smooth.
I was going to let such a perfect guy go. I was so giddy and excited, I had forgotten all about being upset. I ran right up to my
Oh,
room and
God.
slowly crept in.
She
It
dabbed her
turned
way over
out
there.
Jackie was still awake.
Is it just me? She looks like freaking a Frisk from Undertale.
So, Dana, who was the hottie downstairs? She teased.
Uh-oh,
Apparently,
uh-oh.
she had come down
Watch
to
out, your mom might get
apologize
pregnant.
and saw me hitting it off with Damien. Oh, he was just teaching me how to play guitar, I said coyly. But Dana, you already know how to play. We both laughed hysterically.
She does?
It was like we had never even fought. Just like that, we were back to normal. Better
Okay.
than normal, in fact, because
A little too normal there.
I finally started getting out of my room. Damien and I were going out by the end of that week.
Ooh,
Jackie
PDA.
joked that we were joined at the hip. We ate together, studied together, and slept together.
Pooped
It's
together.
hard to imagine that I ever lived without you, he would tell me. I laugh at how sappy he was now, but I felt the same. Before I knew it, winter break and my birthday were coming up. I was so happy to have a break from school and go back home, but the excitement was bittersweet. It's just a month, Jackie reassured me as we sat together on the train back to our hometown. You just don't get it, Jackie.
This feels like a fever dream, this whole
Soft.
thing.
Don't you think you're being dramatic? She asked. I mean, if you guys can talk on the phone and stuff, you'll be fine. I agreed, but at the same time, my head was spinning. We had just started going out, and he was such a catch. Like I mentioned a little earlier, I was a pretty jealous person. The thought of him running around all these strange girls back home killed me. I already had insecurities when I was sleeping right next to him. Like, there was this one time that I had a nightmare where he cheated on me with his attractive biology tutor. I woke up so upset, and
Oh my gosh, you're one of those girls where you freaking don't even do anything wrong, but yet you still did something wrong. That's not even fair at all, man. You have a dream, but you cheated on me in my dream. I wasn't there. Yes, you were.
no matter how irrational it was, I was angry at him. I woke him up to argue, only to realize a few minutes in how silly it was. He laughed it off and said it was
I have a crazy girlfriend. Help!
cute how jealous I got. It meant I really loved him. He really was a great boyfriend, but my passion for him absolutely blinded me. He consumed
You obviously don't have any
me. I was
trust.
so into him, and the thought of being cut off from him was devastating, even if it was, admittedly, a bit dramatic. I thought that
How your
Damien
mom get
would have felt the
preggers?
same, but it turns out he could live without me. He was out living his life, and here I was, glued to my phone for him. I spent my days either texting him, calling him, or stalking him on TikTok with my mom. What a handsome young man.
He was always posting TikToks. That's all he ever did. He posted TikTok. She's cheating on me. Wouldn't be surprised. Some freaking people are so stupid like that. Yeah, but like, okay, you know what? The lesson here, don't get attached to guys too much, all right? Have your own life too, all right? Especially when you're young, it's so easy to get attached to guys, all right? Then just don't stalk them, okay?
And she would say, trying to reassure me as I insisted on showing her every photo he posted. My mom patiently put up with me as I continued to show
Oh, no,
her
I know where
at
this is
least
going.
a dozen new posts of him a day. He was super active on TikTok, so it was nice to be able to
Well, why she got a knife?
follow his vlogs when he wasn't around. In retrospect, his videos were pretty lame. But then again, I was head over heels
He
for the
was
guy. I
lame?
think my cringiest moment of our whole relationship was when I sobbed over a video of him boiling pasta. He ended the video with a very heartfelt shout out, wishing his girlfriend in another city a very happy birthday.
But it's not
I
the same
was
girlfriend.
so focused on being dramatic that I almost forgot about my birthday.
Hey guys, TikTok Todd here. I was just boiling this spaghetti and I was about to eat it because I'm so cultured and I eat spaghetti. But I just want to say that I really love you, girl. He starts playing his guitar. Oh, he's so dreamy. I love the way he boils his spaghetti. Get you a man that boils his spaghetti.
Not that I could enjoy it. Jackie decided to put together a little something for my birthday to lift my spirits. I'm not in the mood to go out, I sighed. Come on, it'll be fun.
Not with that
I
son.
promise you'll like it. I don't know. Just stop by my house around 5. Your dad promised he'd bake your favorite cake. I reluctantly agreed. When 5 rolled around, I knocked on the door. Jackie greeted me and led me into the living room, where all 4 of our parents jumped up and yelled, "Surprise! Surprise?" But I knew all about my party. But did you know about me?
Oh!
Familiar voice chimed in from
Scary.
behind me. I turned to see it was none other than Damien. Jackie had invited him as a surprise.
Oh, what does that mean?
It turns out
What does that
he
mean?
flew all the way here
knows?
just to celebrate with us for a few days.
Oh, crap.
It was a defining moment in our relationship. He fit in with everyone. He and my dad liked the same sports. His parents were from the same country as
My mom really liked him.
mom, and he turned out to have a lot in common with Jackie. At first, I was super happy to see my best friend and
Oh, no.
boyfriend
You
hitting
got
it off.
jealous over
It made
spaghetti.
it easier for us to all hang out when we went
This
back to
isn't gonna
school.
work out.
Soon, it was always the 3 of us together. It was all a dream until I started
The
to feel
fever
like a
dream.
third wheel. They made so
Uh-oh.
many jokes I didn't understand and continuously made references to shows I didn't watch.
Oh, what if she likes pasta too? Oh, she's screwed.
Sometimes, they even hung out when I wasn't around. The thing that really did it for me was when people started assuming Jackie was Damien's girlfriend.
Oh,
Like this one
crap.
time,
Oh,
I was
no.
supposed to meet Damien in the library after I had work. When he didn't answer his texts, I asked a classmate if they had seen him. Her answer? Yeah, he's on the 2nd floor with his girlfriend. I was livid. Like, yeah, it wasn't their fault, but I am the same girl that got mad over a dream.
Yeah.
After that, I tried to spend more time with Damien
Psycho.
alone. Even though he would be texting or talking about Jackie, he would never show me what they were texting about.
So obvious,
Just give me
right?
responses like, "Oh, it's about that game we play," or "Oh, it's nothing." You wouldn't be laughing if it was nothing, though, right?
Hello, my
One night
friend.
when he was
Dude, everything in this is so scary. Imagine if the moon like that. You thought the freaking moon from Majora's Mask was scary. No, this is scary.
showering, my paranoia got the better of me. I tried to unlock his phone, but couldn't figure out the password. After
Oh,
5
that's-
wrong attempts, the phone locked.
Oh,
Just
no.
in time for
Oh!
Damien to come out of the shower. He blew up at me about not trusting him or my friends. But he still refused to show me any of the texts. Can I not have private conversations when I'm with you? I apologized, but still couldn't get all the insecurities out from the back of my head. At least with him staying at my house for the summer, we'd have time to cool off. Since I live so much closer to the university, Damien decided it made sense to stay at my house for the break. Because my mom and dad are old-fashioned, they insisted he would sleep on the couch in the living room, despite my protests. On top of that,
Let him swim me. So am me. I don't trust him down there with mom. I mean, that's obviously what's gonna happen, right? But how?
My parents made me get a summer job. It's so great that Jackie lives right next door, so Damien doesn't have to be alone all the time, they commented. It was just like the university all over again. They were my best friend and boyfriend, yet I was a third wheel the whole time. I would come home from work some nights, and Damien would still be over with Jackie. He got more alone time than I did. It was yet another night where I had come home around 9 p.m. only to be completely alone. I tried calling and texting both of them,
that's just
but got no
completely
response.
obvious.
I went up to my room and fell asleep. To my surprise, he still wasn't there the next morning. He tried to
slept over.
sleep in after I ate breakfast, right when I had to go back to work. What could I do to possibly make him stay with me? What was I doing wrong? Suddenly, when I picked up my birth control prescription, I got the perfect idea, or so I thought. I made a rash decision that would change my life forever. I replaced the empty compartments of my birth control wheel with little mints. Let's see how long you stay out when you have a baby.
Why does she have to do that? Why does she have to do that? Like, could she just like not take it or just throw them away? Why does she have to like actually put TikToks in there? TikToks. I don't remember what the candy's called anymore.
I tried to play it cool when I was home, and he again wasn't there. This continued for 2 whole weeks.
Later.
I barely saw Damien at all. Every time he would come back from Jackie's,
between the lines.
if he came back from Jackie's, it was already too late to talk or anything. Half of the time, he just went to sleep. Did he think I was stupid?
He was
I
too
gave
tired.
him and Jackie
You know what I
both
mean?
a bit of the cold shoulder. He finally confronted me about it. Did I do something wrong? He asked.
I'm never home. I'm never spending any time with you. I literally we're not even really together. I haven't kissed you. I haven't done anything. Did I do something wrong?
How could you cheat on me? I screamed. And with my best friend, no less. Cheat on you? Dana, are you serious? We're just friends. We're
just friends. I'm just always with
the ones
her.
with the private texts and the long nights over there. Damien reached into his backpack for a second and pulled out what looked like a handmade stuffed animal. Not just any stuffed animal, but one of my favorite characters from an old TV show. A purple shark.
She feels awful
you guessed
now.
It was this stuffed purple shark that got my mom pregnant. But you'll need to wait around a little bit longer to learn why. I promise I'll get to it.
You better freaking get to it. You're not leading me on. Oh my God.
That he had been working with Jackie to try to make me one from scratch. They had been texting each other ideas and tutorials in the last few weeks. They felt terrible that I had to work, but they had their whole summers free, so they wanted to make it up to me. Damien immediately moved into Jackie's house. He must have told her what happened because she also hasn't talked to me since the incident. Sure enough, a few weeks later, the situation got even more complicated. I was pregnant. Since Jackie and
No. Is it because of the TikToks?
Damien weren't answering my calls. I needed to just go there in person. Jackie and I always found a way to forgive each other. And Damien was the father of the baby I was carrying.
How do you know?
I was about to knock on the door when I saw them
When did that
both in
happen?
the window. They were making out.
I knew I can't believe it. He was lying about the purple shark. Who would have known?
I ran back to the house, crying. I guess I'll never find out if I wasn't crazy after all, or if I was the one who pushed them to betray me like this. I decided I
Was her arms gone?
after all, or if I was the one
Bro, she don't have no arms. Where's her arms? We have bigger problems.
who pushed them to betray me like this. I decided I would be raising this baby solo with my parents to help.
No, she didn't even
needed to
say
confront
nothing?
them before I got any farther. I asked my mom and dad to talk with me because I had some pretty big news. Oh, Dana, we also have some big news for you.
Uh-oh.
They seemed excited, so I told them to go first. You're going to be a big sister. My world was spinning. They weren't planning on it. My mom says she was even taking
How
birth
old is
control.
she? Uh-oh.
This was a miracle baby. Fate brought them. What they didn't and will never know is that I was responsible for the miracle. My mom didn't know I was on birth control, and she took my mints by mistake. I eventually did tell them about my pregnancy, but not that night. They were rather helpful about it, although they were disappointed. It's been a few years, and Damien and Jackie are married now. They never even
What the
bothered
heck?
to ask
Did she really have a baby? Did they switch birth? What happened?
about my baby, his son. I saw them walking around the other day, and she looks like she's pregnant. I do love
of
my son
course.
and my sister,
What?
but I wish I made some smarter decisions down the road.
What? It just ended.
Down the road.
I really wish I had been some smarter. So let me get this straight. So she just told him. Oh no, well that's the problem. She never told him that he had a son. You think he should know that? No. And the parents apparently never knew either, because she didn't tell them either. Wow.
essay.